Did you know Tom Barkley?
I know him very well.
He come courting my sister. We seen him often, yes.
Where did they meet?
In a bar. My sister, Leah, worked in a bar.
She was a waitress in this bar.
I don't take that as anything else. I didn't even want her to work in that place.
So they met in a bar. I suppose my husband dropped in for a drink.
Maybe so, yes.
And one thing led to another.
Just what are you driving at, Mrs. Barkley?
I would hope the truth, Mrs. Simmons.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. You'd like to believe that Leah was cheap, right?
I didn't even suggest...
You'd like to make it out that she went with all sorts of men, that Leah was nothing more than a little entertainment as far as your husband...
I don't see any reason for it.
No, that was the reason that you came here for, isn't it? Was the loving husband in love with another woman all the time he was with you? Well, if you want the truth, I'll tell it, Mrs. Barkley.
I'm sure you will, Mrs. Simmons.
You bet he loved her. And any fool who cared to look could see it. Loved her the way all of us would love to be loved and never are. And when she was carrying Heath, carrying his child, it became a special kind of love.
If he loved her, if he knew about the child, why did he desert her?
Your husband was a shrewd man, Mrs. Barkley. He wanted to become rich and powerful. And a man like that, no matter how much he loves, has to be ruthless.
My husband never hurt her.
Ruthless and clever, the way all rich and powerful men must be. No, he had a wife and family. And he was on his way to making that fortune when he left Strawberry. He wasn't about to take a millstone around his neck, a woman carrying his illegitimate child. Now, you're about to write that check, Mrs. Barkley.
My son Jared is a lawyer, and for years he's been lecturing me to think before I scrawled my name on the bottom of a check, and I think it's finally sunk in, so you won't mind if I think about this a bit, will you?
Just had to cut her down, didn't you? She was all ready to write that check, but you had to twist the knife in her gut and bleed her.
She hasn't left yet.
As she will. She'll take the money with her.
All right. All right. Maybe she thinks I lied about Leah. Maybe she thinks she does, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know, and if I know her, she's got to know. Now, we're going to have another chance with Victoria Barkley next time.
No, Martha, no. We can't let her go. Rachel's dead and nobody suspects a thing. We're gonna leave it that way.
You can leave it that way, but I can't. No matter what the risk is, I've got to have my chance to escape from this cemetery. Matt, I'm still an attractive woman. There are men who could love me, but not this way, not with the dust eating away at my clothes and... Matt, I had soft skin once. My hair... I've got to be a woman again! Now, it's with you, I've got to have enough money to make a fresh start. And as long as Victoria Barkley is in town, I've still got a chance, Matt.
Miss Barkley, walk on over to the house. I'll meet you there.
Matt! is right. She is staying. Put a carriage in the stable.
Name of heaven, Martha, what good's that? We can't keep her here.
We can try, Matt. I told you I was getting out of here, with or without you. I'm sick and tired of being tied to a failure, stuck to a man who's too scared to even try. Now do as I say. Do as I say, or I'll find a man who will.
It's here. It's here somewhere, your husband's letter. It's just got to be.
Hannah, Mr. and Mrs. Simmons told me that my husband met Heath's mother in a bar.
Your husband, he never come looking for Miss Leah. She found him in an alley back of one of the saloons. He was beaten there half to death and robbed. Lucky he wasn't killed. There was lots of killings those days. She took him home, made him well.
They also told me they took care of Leah and the baby.
That woman never cared for nobody but herself. And from the looks of it, she ain't doing too good a job of that.
They've asked me for some money. You don't think they deserve it?
I'll tell you what them two deserves. No. It don't make no difference now. Rachel's dead now. Ain't nothing ever gonna bring her back.
Hannah, did my husband love Leah?
Everybody loved her, Miss Barkley. She was small and so pretty. And when she laughed, she had the nicest laugh. But most of all, ma'am, she was a good woman. She was a good woman.
I'm sure of that.
I'm sorry, Miss Barkley. But I can't tell you what you asked. I don't know did he love her or not. Maybe only the two of them know that. And Rachel, she know. But Rachel dead now. Maybe it's best you go, miss.
Not until you find that letter.
It's gone now. It's gone, you hear? You go too before...
Before what?
You stubborn, all right. Ain't nothing gonna turn you back, is there?
Hannah, when I first spoke to you, you said you were afraid they might kill you, too. Now, why would Mr. and Mrs. Simmons want to kill you?
I didn't say they wanted
You didn't say they killed Rachel, but you think they did. What happened to her?
It's no use. It's gone.
I'm not leaving here until you tell me what happened to Rachel.
I guess I knows that. When we hear Heath was living with you, them two, they want to ask you for money. They want to bother you. Rachel, she stopped them. She said Miss Leah would have wanted that way. A little while later, they find Rachel dead. She went and fell into a mine shaft. Law should have been called, but nobody cared enough. And me, I was too scared lest they throws me in the bottom of a mine shaft, too. I can't read. Shows I don't know what's in here. But maybe this will answer some of your questions about your husband and Miss Leah.
Thank you.
Miss Barkley, you want to thank me good and proper? You read what's in here, and you get yourself out of this place. If the answer to your question ain't in this letter, then there ain't no answer for you. Not in this world. Anyway.
Thank you.
It's not like Mother to just leave without saying a word and not tell us where she's going.
It's all my fault. I was so busy admiring myself and trying on my new wardrobe.
Oh, no, don't be silly. Did she say anything to you before she left?
She said she might visit a few of her friends and not to worry. But I was so busy looking at myself, I didn't think to ask her what friends.
I don't think she wanted us to know where she was going.